Union Health Ministry designates states and union territories as red, orange and green zones on the basis of coronavirus infection. 130 districts listed in red zone, 284 districts fall to the orange zone and 319 districts are in the green zone. (8,888) COVID-19 patients have recovered or have been discharged out of 34,752 confirmed cases in the country. Death toll goes up to 1,147. Maharashtra, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh remain the worst hit. On the occasion of Statehood Day of Maharashtra and Gujarat, President Ram Nath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi extend their greetings. PM says India is proud of Maharashtra's significant contribution to the country's development, congratulates people of Gujarat, saying it is always on the cusp of new peaks of achievements. Election Commission of India decides to conduct Maharashtra State Legislative Council election for 9 vacant seats. Number of COVID-infected cases worldwide go beyond the 32 lakh mark, over 2.33 lakh deaths so far. The US tops the tally of deaths, nearing 63,000 fatalities. Russian Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin says he has tested positive for COVID-19. And today is International Labour Day, celebrated globally for the working class that works hard each day and makes our lives easier. Home Minister Amit Shah and Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar extend greetings on the occasion. Hello and welcome. You're watching Midday Prime with me, Munun Bhattacharya, and our top story, which is that the number of active cases of COVID-19 in the country have risen to 25,007, while 8,888 people have recovered from the pandemic. The country reported a total of 1,147 deaths so far. Maharashtra remains the hardest hit state with 10,498 cases, nearly 30% of the cases in the country. Meanwhile, Health Ministry in the daily briefing yesterday said that the recovery rate has increased progressively to 25.19%. The doubling rate has increased to 11 days. Days before the lockdown is expected to end, the centre on Thursday relaxed the criteria to classify red, orange and green zones in districts having one or more municipal corporations. The decision was taken at a meeting with chief secretaries and health secretaries of states, as per the list prepared by the centre for the week beginning the 3rd of May. Country's 130 districts have been placed in the red zone, 284 in the orange zone and 319 in the green zone. All metro cities including Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Bengaluru and Ahmedabad have been declared as red zones. A district will be considered under the green zone if there are no confirmed cases so far or there is no reported case since the last 21 days in the district. Since recovery rates have gone up, the districts are now being designated across various zones, duly broad-basing the criteria. This classification is multifactorial and takes into consideration incidence of cases, doubling rate, extent of testing and surveillance feedback to classify the districts. The list will be revised on a weekly basis. And now let's take a look at the number of districts in various zones in the majorly affected states. We'll show that to you on your screens. Well, the centre has relaxed the criteria, and like you saw, there were several states, and we showed you the number of green zones, orange zones and red zones there. The classification of zones in Delhi, all 11 districts have been identified as red zones. So Delhi is in the red zone category. Besides that, there are other states and union territories as well. In Uttar Pradesh, there are 19 districts that have been identified as red zone districts. And as far as other states are concerned, let's take a look at Maharashtra, which is the worst affected. 14 red zones, 16 orange and 6 green zones there. A look at Tamil Nadu, 12 red zones, 24 orange zones and 1 green zone. The effort is to make all zones or green zones going forward. 10 red zones, 5 orange zones, 8 green zones in the state of West Bengal. In Madhya Pradesh, there are 9 red zones, 19 orange zones and 24 green zones. So the number of green zones there is the highest compared to the other zones. In Gujarat, there are 9 red zones, 19 orange zones and 5 green zones. So the effort on the part of the states and the district administration is to have as many green zones as possible. 8 red zones, 19 orange zones. In Telangana, 6 red zones, 18 orange zones and 9 green zones. In Bihar, 5 red zones, 20 orange zones and 13 green zones, and several migrant laborers who are looking to go to Bihar. 11 districts. So let's take a look now at what the Human Resource Development Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank is saying. He will be conducting a webinar with students to address their concerns in view of the lockdown. Union Minister said that he will answer queries of students and will try to find a solution to them. HRD Minister earlier had communicated with parents via the webinar.
शनिवार को 12 बजे हम लोग सीधे बच्चों के साथ संवाद करेंगे, उनके मन में क्या चल रहा है, क्या कठिनाई है, क्या सुझाव है उनके। तो मैं बच्चों से मैं अनुरोध करूंगा कि वो मस्ती के साथ रहें और किसी भी प्रकार का दबाव महसूस न करें। हमने कुछ ऑनलाइन हल्का सा पाठ्यक्रम भी उनको दिया है, उस ऑनलाइन पाठ्यक्रम को वो देखें जितना उनको समय मिलता है और फिर उसको मस्ती के साथ लें। और शनिवार को यदि आपके मन में कोई ऐसी बात होगी तो आप शनिवार को मुझसे सीधे बात करिए।
Amidst the nationwide lockdown, community radio is gaining popularity in Arunachal Pradesh's Itanagar as locals throng to their radio sets to give the latest news over novel coronavirus. Other than just news over COVID-19, people are being informed about do's and don'ts over precautions to curb the virus. Social distancing measures as well as centers' advisories are also being regularly cited.
During medical crisis, everybody plays an important role, either big or small. Doctors and paramedical staff are very important, along with police jawans and delivery boys. Across the country, there are several FM channels on air, but in Arunachal Pradesh, presence of community radio station is next to nil. But Radio City, a community radio station in capital region, is a small station but has become very important in the current COVID-19 lockdown. Aman and Kini both are radio jockeys in this community radio station. They provide entertainment and all important information related to COVID-19. On several occasions, they played the role of a virtual doctor for people in distress due to the current crisis.
कोविड-19 के जो गाइडलाइंस होते हैं उन्हें सुनाकर हमारी ये कोशिश रहती है कि अगर वो नहीं सुन रहे हैं, अगर हमें ऐसा फील होता है तो हम ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट करके डायरेक्ट हमारे फेसबुक लाइव पे जो जाते हैं पेज पे जाकर लाइव करके उन्हें इन्फॉर्मेशन देने की कोशिश करती है।
ये लॉकडाउन का वक्त को अगर आप अच्छा इस्तेमाल करना चाहते हैं तो यही समय है जब अपने ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रंस को, बच्चों को अपनी जो लैंग्वेज है उनको सिखाया जा सके, क्योंकि ज़्यादातर हमारे सिटीज़ में भी अभी देखा गया है कि हिंदी इंग्लिश स्कूल्स के ज़रिए हमें पता चल जाता है और हम भाषा सीख जाते हैं, लेकिन हम अपनी जो मदर टंग होती है उन्हें कहीं ना कहीं हम भूल जाते हैं। तो ये लॉकडाउन का पीरियड बहुत ही एक अच्छा समय है जहां हम अपनी भाषा को बढ़ावा दे सकते हैं और अपने बच्चों को, जितने भी ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रंस हैं, उन्हें अपनी भाषा को सिखा सकते हैं।
They are of opinion that people should utilize their time in fruitful way in this lockdown period. Sanjay Pratap Singh, DD News, Itanagar.
Delhi Police and All India Institute of Ayurveda, in collaboration with the Union Ministry of Ayush, has jointly launched a new campaign against coronavirus on Thursday. This campaign has been named as Ayuraksha. Ayush Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kotacha said that some steps should be taken to prevent the Delhi Police personnel and other corona warriors like them from getting infection in the ongoing fight against corona. Listen in.
यदि हम हमारी इम्यूनिटी ठीक रखते हैं तो हम यदि कोविड का इन्फेक्शन हो भी जाता है तो हम कॉम्प्लिकेशन में नहीं जाते, उसकी संभावना कम हो जाती है। एसिम्टोमेटिक रहेंगे या माइल्ड सिम्टम में रहेंगे। और ये इस प्रकार का जो ये एम्पिरिकल एविडेंसेस हमारे पास हैं, उसके आधार पर हम ये प्रपोज करते हैं कि सबको अपनी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ानी चाहिए। इसीलिए आयुष मंत्रालय ने सेल्फ केयर गाइडलाइंस भी जारी करी है और सेल्फ केयर गाइडलाइंस में सब लोगों को अपने घर में ही उपलब्ध चीज़ों के द्वारा अपनी इम्यूनिटी को कैसे ठीक रख सकते हैं उसके बारे में बताया गया है। तो आयुर्वेद में इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने के लिए, अपने आप को स्वस्थ रखने के लिए ऐसे बहुत सारे उपाय हैं। उसमें हमने ये दिल्ली पुलिस के सभी जवानों को गिलोय की जो टेबलेट है संशमनी बटी और अणु तेल नाक में लगाने के लिए, इसको हमने प्रपोज किया है।
A teacher in Uttar Pradesh's Chitrakoot district has become a source of inspiration for many. Shilpa Chauhan, a teacher at a primary school in Chakod village is not only teaching children online but also spreading awareness about COVID-19 pandemic. Shilpa, along with her husband, is going door to door to make people aware about COVID-19. She's also making people aware of self-restraint, adhering to social distancing, wearing masks and washing hands frequently. In order to pay respect to those corona warriors who are fighting on the front lines to battle the novel coronavirus, artists in Tamil Nadu's Tambaram took to painting walls. The walls of the Tambaram's railway station has been decked up with paintings of such corona warriors. At a time when people are staying at home due to COVID-19 pandemic, Munger's Anil Ram is taking care of plants and giving a message of environmental protection. Working in the Commissioner's office, Anil Ram has planted more than 3,000 saplings in the district so far. Known as Paryavaran Mitra in Munger district, Anil Ram is also taking care of these plants every day for 2 hours before duty and after the duty is over, so that the plants do not get damaged during the lockdown. Anil Ram believes that the world is facing this kind of disaster due to the environmental disturbances. He said that if the environment is protected by planting saplings, many disasters like coronavirus can be eliminated.
मनुष्य को जीवन बचाना है तो पहले पर्यावरण को बचाए, नहीं तो आने वाला टाइम में सांस लेना मुश्किल हो जाएगी और प्रकृति के कहर से हम लोग बच नहीं पाएंगे और पर ये प्रकृति भी अपना संतुलन खो देगी। इससे हम लोग को भोगना पड़ेगा और विनाश आ जाएगी। इसीलिए मनुष्य को पहले पर्यावरण पर ध्यान देना चाहिए। जल जीवन हरियाली, जल है तो जीवन है, हरियाली है तो सांस और स्वस्थ रहेंगे हम लोग। इसीलिए इस 3 चीज पर ध्यान देना चाहिए।
Meanwhile, as the lockdown for several industries got eased, dated the 20th of April, several construction activities have resumed. In one such district of Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch, road construction, which was halted due to the lockdown, has now resumed, and all norms of social distancing and safety protocols are being followed at site. In Madhya Pradesh, the stranded migrant workers are being sent home with the help of the government. Due to the lockdown, these migrant labourers were stranded at their workplaces and unable to go home. These migrant workers will be now sent to their home districts after they undergo a health checkup, and the central government had instructed the state government and the administration to send these labourers to their respective districts. These labourers are expressing their gratitude to the government as the long wait is over.
एमपी में आया था काम के सिलसिले से, यहाँ फंस गया हूँ। केंद्र सरकार मोदी जी ने मेरे गांव भेज रहा है।
मैं रीवा का रहने वाला हूँ। मैं सूरत में काम करता था, वहाँ लॉकडाउन की वजह से फंसा हुआ था, तो मैं वहाँ से जैसे तैसे करके यहाँ अलीराजपुर तक आया और केंद्र सरकार की मदद से मुझे यहाँ बस की सुविधा मिल रही है और मेरे अन्य साथी थे। मैं केंद्र सरकार का हाथ जोड़ के धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा। मुझे घर पहुँचाया जा।
सर, मैं बिंडोरी जिला का रहने वाला हूँ। गुजरात पे काम करने गए थे 3 महीने से, उधर से जैसे तैसे इधर अलीराजपुर पे आ गए। इधर केंद्र सरकार हम लोगों की बस की इंतजाम कर रही है और हम लोगों को डिंडोरी तक पहुंचाने का केंद्र सरकार व्यवस्था कर रही है।
The Election Commission of India has granted permission for holding elections to the Legislative Council in Maharashtra. Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari had written to the Election Commission asking the body to declare elections to the 9 vacant seats of Maharashtra's Legislative Council at the earliest. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, who was not a member of either house of the Maharashtra legislature, was sworn in as Chief Minister on the 28th of November last year. He has to become a member by the 28th of May, in fact, when he completes 6 months in office. Otherwise, he will cease to be the Chief Minister. Today is the 60th anniversary of the formation of states of Gujarat and Maharashtra. President Ram Nath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi took to Twitter to extend greetings on the occasion. Prime Minister wrote, and I quote, "My best wishes to the brothers and sisters of Maharashtra on the occasion of Maharashtra Day. India is proud of Maharashtra's significant contribution to the country's development. I pray for the progress and prosperity of the kingdom in the years to come. Jai Maharashtra." In his message to the people of Gujarat, PM wrote, and I quote, "Happy State Day to the people of Gujarat. The people of Gujarat are known for their manhood. Gujaratis have made special contributions in many fields. Gujarat is always on the cusp of new peaks of achievements. Jai Jai Garvi Gujarat." The world is celebrating the International Workers' Day, or May Day, today, and May Day is a metonym for the International Workers' Day, a day of celebration of the working class, celebrated internationally as a holiday for the working class that works hard each day and makes our lives easier. The contribution of laborers and working class in any country, society, institution and industry is incomparable. Labor Day is celebrated every year with great enthusiasm. History of May Day celebrations in India goes back as far as 1923. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, major celebrations across the world stand cancelled. May Day celebrations in India will also stand cancelled due to the ongoing lockdown measures. President Ramnath Kovind extended greetings on International Labour Day. President wrote on Twitter, and I quote, "On the occasion of Labour Day, best wishes to all the brothers and sisters who work tirelessly. This day is dedicated to honouring the hard work and dedication of our crores of working brothers and sisters. They are laying the foundation for a better and prosperous India. They are our nation makers in the true sense." Home Minister Amit Shah extended greetings on the occasion of World Labour Day. In a tweet, he said, and I quote, "I salute all the labourers who play a primary role in the progress and prosperity of India. With the mantra of Shramev Jayate, the Modi government is committed for the welfare of workers who transformed India as a world leader with hard work and determination." And Minister Prakash Javadekar also extended greetings on the International Labour Day. In a tweet, he said, and I quote, "The world runs by the labour of the workers. It's their right to get justice and adequate pay for their hard work. Jai Kamgar." There is good news for people struggling with all the troubles between the coronavirus and lockdown. Subsidized LPG cylinders have become cheaper. The oil companies review the prices of LPG cylinders on the first day of every month. The prices of LPG cylinders in Delhi have gone down by 133 rupees. However, this rate can vary according to the tax applicable in different districts. The cylinder, for which 744 rupees were paid in April in New Delhi, will now cost 611 rupees in the month of May. In international news, as the United States of America witnesses rising number of coronavirus infections, antiviral remdesivir is gaining use for a proposed treatment. Our FSN correspondent from Washington reports that COVID-19 patients who took the antiviral drug remdesivir recovered about 31% faster than those on a placebo. However, USA's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases Director Dr. Anthony S. Fauci said that the trials are yet to be reviewed.
Early results from the clinical trial conducted by the National Institute of Allergies and Infectious Diseases showed that patients who had been given remdesivir recovered from COVID-19 31% faster than those who'd been given a placebo. The Institute's director, Dr. Anthony Fauci, who also sits on the government's coronavirus task force, said the findings were highly significant and said what is proven is that a drug can block the virus. However, he urged caution, saying that it wasn't a knockout for the virus. The effect of the drug on death rates is less clear, and the study conducted by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases also still needs to be peer-reviewed.
Some of Chicago's iconic landmarks were outfitted with face masks on Thursday. The state order goes into effect from today, requiring people to wear their own in some public settings. Crews fastened the protective gear on the lion statues outside the Art Institute as well as on the massive Picasso sculpture in Dali Plaza. The initiative is part of an effort to encourage people to observe safety measures during the coronavirus pandemic. The statues' masks were designed to resemble the Chicago flag. Mayor Lori Lightfoot hopes the statue's new look will remind Chicagoans that we are all in this together. Australia's least populous state, Northern Territory, became the first in the nation to lift major coronavirus social measures. The Northern Territory government lifted the social gathering limitations for non-contact sport, weddings and funerals, and opened public parks and pools. The National Cabinet next Friday will consider whether to relax coronavirus-related mobility restrictions as the growth rate of new infections slows. The state has had 28 confirmed cases, but none have been attributed to community transmission. Italy reported 285 new COVID deaths, taking the total to 27,967. However, the country registered largest daily drop in active cases since the beginning of the outbreak. Patients in the intensive care also saw a drop with only 1,694, while 18,149 people remained hospitalized in normal wards. In a positive note, Italy witnessed progressive recoveries with 75,945 patients, and Italy will start to now gradually ease its 2-month-long lockdown on the 4th of May. The new rules call for construction and manufacturing will resume next week, while retailers and museums will reopen on the 18th of May, while schools will remain closed until September. Amidst the destructive spread of COVID-19 pandemic, United Nations Chief Antonio Gutierrez has expressed concern over a lack of sufficient solidarity with the world's developing countries that need support in responding to the worst economic and social crisis in generations. He's raised concern about inadequate support for poor countries. Gutierrez has lamented a lack of leadership by world powers and a divided international community in the fight against the coronavirus. Gutierrez's remarks come after US President Donald Trump reignited his war of words with China during an interview on Wednesday. In response to questions about global leadership, Gutierrez told a news conference that the international community was divided when it was more important than ever to be united. The 15-member United Nations Security Council has spent more than a month trying to negotiate a resolution that would emphasize the urgent need for enhanced cooperation among all countries in the fight against coronavirus and calls for a humanitarian truce in conflicts around the world. UN chief said that an appeal for $2 billion to help the most vulnerable populations was only half funded. World Health Organization's chief Tedros Adhanom defended the agency's record in its response to the new coronavirus in a press briefing, saying it had acted quickly and decisively. The Director General Tedros said that the WHO acted quickly and decisively to respond to warn the world, and said that the agency sounded the alarms early and sounded it often as well. That's it then in this edition of the news. Up next is Doctor Speak, where you can call us on the numbers that we'll share with you and ask questions to the medical experts who will be here. You can also log on to DD News Live Twitter handle and on our Facebook page of DD News Live and ask questions there as well. Rest assured, we'll be taking all your questions and getting the answers from medical experts on that. Stay tuned.